Hello everyone, welcome back. Have you ever wondered why you can binge watch an entire web series in one weekend but struggle to stick with your morning workout routine for more than a few days? Today we are diving into one chapter 15 of Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I'm going to share something that makes some habits incredibly easy to maintain while other feels like you are pushing a boulder uphill. James Clear calls this the cardinal rule of behavior change, and it's honestly one of the most eye opening concepts in the entire book. If you have been frustrated with habits that just won't stick, this chapter is going to be a game changer for you. Let me start with a story that perfectly illustrates this principle. There was a public health worker named Stephen Luby who was working in Karachi, Pakistan. The city had a serious health problems because people were not washing their hands regularly, which was spreading infections everywhere. Now, here's the interesting part. Everyone knew they should wash their hands. It was not about knowledge or understanding. The problem was that plain soap and water just was not satisfying enough to make people want to do it consistently. So, what did Luby do? He partnered with Procter and Gamble to create soap that formed up beautifully and smelled amazing. Suddenly, washing hands became a pleasant, satisfying experience. Within a month, people's health dramatically improved, especially among children. The key was not changing what people knew, it was making the habit feel good in the moment. This brings us this brings us to Clear's fourth and final law of behavior change. Make it satisfying, and here's why this is so crucial. We are way more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience feels good. Think about it on your own life. When you eat a piece of chocolate, your brain immediately thinks that was nice. Let's do that again. But when you go for a jog, your brain might think that was hard work. Maybe we can skip it tomorrow. James Clear explains something fascinating about how our brain works. He calls it the cardinal rule of behavior change. What's, what is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. This is not just a nice theory. It it's hardwired into how we are built as a human. You see, our ancestors lived in what Clear calls an immediate return environment. If they found food, they ate it right away. If they saw danger, they ran immediately. Everything had a instant consequences. But today we live in a delayed return environment. You go to work today, but you get paid at the end of the month. You go exercise today, but you see the health benefits months later. You save money today, but you enjoy retirement decades later. The problem is our brain haven't caught up with these changes. We still crave immediate rewards. Even though most of the really important stuff in life has delayed payoffs. This is what Clear calls time inconsistency. Our brains evaluate rewards differently depending on when we get them. Let me give you a simple example that shows how powerful this is. Think about smoking. Why do people continue smoking even though they know it's terrible for their health? Because smoking provides immediate stress relief, but the health problems shows up years later. Your brain prioritizes that instant relief over the future consequences it cannot see or feel right now. The same thing happens with the good habits, but in reverse. When you choose a salad over a burger, you do not immediately feel healthier or see abs in the mirror. When you put money in your saving accounts instead of buying those shoes you want, you do not immediately feel wealthy. The costs of your good habits happen right now, but the benefits come later. Meanwhile, the benefits of bad habits happen right now, but costs come later. So, how do we work with our brain instead of against it? James Clear suggests we need to add some immediate satisfaction to our good habits. Let me share some practical examples that actually work. Say you want to build a habit of saving money. Instead of just saving money to a generic saving account, create a specific account with a fun name like Dream Vacation Fund. Every time you skip buying coffee and transfer that penny your dream fund grow. That visual progress feels satisfying right in the moment. Or let's say you want to start exercising regularly. Instead of just focusing on the long term health benefits, you can see create an immediate reward system. Maybe you get to watch your favorite show only while you are on the treadmill, or put a single penny in a jar every time you complete a workout. And at the end of the month, you see that money for something you enjoy. Here's another clever example. If you are trying to eat healthier, you could make avoiding junk food feel immediately rewarding by putting the money you would have spent on the candy or chips into a visible jar labeled Reward Myself Fund. Instead of feeling deprived, you feel like you are actively working toward something good. The key is making sure your immediate rewards support your long term identity, not conflict with it. Do not reward yourself for going to the gym by eating a whole pizza that sends mixed signals to your brains. Instead, reward yourself with things that reinforce who you are trying to become. If you are becoming someone who takes care of their body, maybe reward yourself with a message or a new workout clothes. James Clear makes an important distinction here. He says incentives can start a habit, but identity sustains a habit. What he means is that these immediate rewards are like training wheels. They help you get started and build momentum. They help you get started and build momentum, but eventually the habit becomes a part of who you are, and you do not need the external rewards anymore because you are doing it because it's simply who you are now. Think about brushing your teeth. You are probably do not need to reward yourself for doing it anymore because it's just part of your identity as someone who takes care of their hygiene. But when you were a kid, maybe your parents had to make it fun with special toothpaste flavors, or reward charts. Those immediate satisfaction help build the habit until it became automatic. The beautiful thing about understanding this principle is that it explains why some habits feel effortless while other feels like constant battles. The habit that stick are the ones that feel good in the moment. The one that do not stick are the ones where all the benefits are in the future and all the effort is right now. But here's what really exciting. Once you know this, you can engineer your habits to work with your brain instead of against it. You can take any good habit and find a way to make it immediately satisfying. You can take any bad habit and find a way to make it immediately less pleasant. The first three laws that James Clear talks about: make it obvious, make it attractive, and make it easy. These help you perform the habit right now in this moment. But this fourth law, make it satisfying. This is what determines whether you will do it again tomorrow and the day after that and keep doing it until it becomes part of who you are. So, here's your takeaway. If you have a habit you have been struggling to stick with, ask yourself these simple questions: how can I make this feel good right now and in the moment? Do not just focus on the long term benefits your future self will enjoy. Find way to make your present self feel rewarded for doing the right thing. Remember, we are not fighting against with human nature. We are working with it. Your brain wants immediate rewards, so give it immediate rewards that move you toward your goals instead of away from them. I love to hear how you apply this in your own life. What habit you have been struggling with and how could you make it more immediately satisfying? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if this video helped you understand why some habits stick and others do not, hit the like button. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.